Hey, how you guys doing out there today? This is Stefan Jimenez, and I'm here to present you the DFS Daily Dose, the main slate edition for August 30th. As always, if you want to watch our full videos, go subscribe to our YouTube channel at RotoBeast. All of our free content has been on fire. We've been on fire. We're making a lot of money. So that's kind of where we're at. So let's jump into the slate. But before we get started, let's talk about early only. It's been a disaster. One person after another is getting days off today. It's getting towards the end of baseball. You're gonna start seeing this more often. I definitely would recommend probably start cutting back on how much you're playing daily on baseball and kind of start focusing more on NFL. So we'll jump into it for the main slate. Pitching is ugly, to be honest with you. There's a couple guys that are okay, but none of them are in really, really good matchups. I think the best pitcher for cash games is probably going to be Keuchel. He gives up a 218 WOBA at home. He has a 23% strikeout rate, 66% ground ball rate. He gives up a 237 WOBA to lefties, 312 WOBA to righties. 24% hard contact rate. So Keuchel's a good pitcher. The only thing that sucks is if you heard what I said earlier, is he has a 218 WOBA at home, but the problem is this is considered a home start, but it's not really a home start. We all know what's going on in Houston right now. So all the Houston games are being played in Tampa Bay in their dome. So it's not a real home game for Keuchel, even though they say it is. So Keuchel's scary, but he probably is the top cash game pitcher today. Next, we'll go to Jose Barrios for the Twins going against the Chicago White Sox. He's a 220 favorite, the highest favorite on the board. The White Sox have been horrible. Outside of Abreu and outside of Evisel Garcia, they really don't have no good hitters. They pretty much have a AAA team going right now. So I really do like Barrios. He limits his hard contact rate to 27.6%. From what we got on this slate, he's probably going to be the second best pitcher. Next, we'll go to Quintana for the Chicago Cubs going against the Pirates. He's a 200 favorite. He has a 26% K rate. The Pirates have been bad against lefties lately. I like Quintana, but I'm not really in love with him. I'm not really in love with any of these pitchers, to be honest with you. Also, we got one more cheap guy on the very cheap end. This is more of a GPP play, maybe starting two pitcher if you want to fit in some bats. You got Travis Wood. He's a negative 134 favorite going against the Giants in San Diego, which is a pitcher's park. All we really need from this guy is 5 to 6 innings. He can give up 1 or 2 runs, get us a W, and we would be happy for his price. I think he is somebody to look at. He's really good against lefties. He has a 254 WOBA he allows to lefties, although he does give up a lot of hard contact to righties, and he has a 360 WOBA against righties. So that's kind of where I'm at for pitching. It's ugly, honestly, after this morning's slate and looking at this slate. Today's a good day to take off. I really don't like it at all, but we're going to make the best of it. So we'll start with the bats. I'm going to go right back to the Reds. I love the Reds today. I'm going against Rafael Montero. He gives up a 362 WOBA to left-handers, a 378 WOBA to right-handers. He's allowing 5 walks per 9 innings. So, Reds have a bunch of guys who can steal bases, so, that helps their cause. Also, they're playing in Great America Small Park, going against a guy who gives up a lot of hard contact. I really like the Reds today. I'm going to go right back to them as my top stack of the day. Next, we'll go with the Twins. The Twins are going against Holland, Derek Holland for the White Sox. Derek Holland is even worse matchup than James Shields yesterday. James Shields and Holland, both of these guys are trash. The only reason they're still pitching in majors is because they're older and they have experience. If they were 22, 23 years old and they were pitching like this, they would be right back in Double-A. So I'm going to go right back to the Twins today as my second stack. I like them all. Holland, he's allowed 28 home runs this season, 20% walk rate, so he's allowing a lot of base runners. I like Vargas, I like Escobar, I like Dozier, I like Buxton, I like Gimenez if he's in the the catcher spot for cheap. I'm really looking at the righties today. I think they have a lot of upside, and I think the Twins are definitely going to hit some home runs today off Holland. So next we'll go to the Cubs. Cubs going against Ivan Nova. Thing about Ivan Nova is he's pretty good against righties, but he really struggles against lefties. He strikes out only 4 guys per 9 versus lefties versus like almost 6.5 for righties. So I'm looking at Schwarber, I'm looking at Happ, Rizzo, Avila, Zobrist. All these lefties are all in play for the Cubs, and I really like them today. And then we'll go on to the Mets. The Mets, they should be higher on my team list for bats. The only problem is that the Mets, they don't have anybody. Who do they really have? The guys I really like for the Mets are Cabrera and Reyes. They've both been doing really good lately, and they're hitting at the top of the order. But besides that, who else can we really choose to go against Bailey? Bailey is one of the worst pitchers in the league. The guy has a 387 WOBA against lefties, a 404 WOBA against righties, a 190 team ISO. 190 ISO he's allowing. So this guy is bad, but it's just like, who in this Mets lineup can we actually use that's going to give us some upside? So I'm probably just going to go with the one-off. I really like Cabrera. He plays second base. He's been hot lately. He's really my only focus. Like I said, you can look at Reyes, but Reyes doesn't really have too much upside. So that's kind of where I'm at. Lastly, we'll go against the Houston Astros versus Cashner. They were a major bust for us yesterday. We expected them to come out and dominate, put up a monster amount of runs, but what really happened was they got dominated and they got blown out. I think the score was like 11-2 or something like that. So Houston, they've definitely been up and down. They're starting to get a little bit healthy. They're going against Cashner. Cashner, the thing about Cashner is he's not a good pitcher, but he's not a bad pitcher. He limits the damage against him, but he is a fly ball pitcher. So I could see some home runs going. I like a bunch of guys here. I like Springer. I like Altuve. I like Beltran. I like McCann, Gonzalez. There's a lot of people in play on Houston. It all depends on the pricing, and it depends on where they're batting in the lineup. So that's kind of all I have for main slate. I really don't care for main slate. I really have a headache from early slate. It was crazy. Like I said, it's time to start looking forward to football. If you want, our lineups, if you want, what we're playing daily, visit our website at www.rotobeast.net and get in on the fun with the team. We have a live chat room. Everybody's going crazy all day. It's a great time. So that's kind of where I'm at. So you guys have a great day and good luck tonight.